Okay, so you want to own an auto repair shop. Bays full every morning, mechanics who actually know what they're doing, customers who trust you enough to just say fix it and not ask the price first. That's the scene in your head. Here's what actually running one of these looks like underneath it. Start with the scale of the industry you'd be stepping into. Auto repair in the United States is an $89.6 billion industry, spread across roughly 303,000 individual businesses, which tells you two things at once. There's genuine, durable demand, and you'd have real competition on almost every corner. The average independent shop brings in roughly $1.2 million a year in revenue, though that number hides an enormous range. A two-bay owner-operator might pull $500,000, while a high-volume multi-location group can clear $3 million or more per site. Monthly revenue tells the same story at a smaller scale. A small independent shop might see $15,000 a month, while a larger, well-equipped service center can pull in $100,000 a month or more from the exact same basic service menu. That's the appeal. Real revenue, real demand. Cars that need fixing in good economies and bad ones. Now let's talk about what it actually costs to open your own bay doors. Startup costs for an auto repair shop typically run $50,000 to $500,000, and where you land in that range depends almost entirely on equipment. Vehicle lifts, a tire changer, a wheel balancer, a diagnostic scanner, fluid flush machines, and a full mechanics tool set are the baseline, and a full four-bay shop with alignment equipment added on can require a 5 to 6 figure equipment budget on its own before you've covered rent, licensing, insurance, or a single month of payroll. On top of the physical build-out, most states require some combination of a business license, an environmental permit for handling fluids and hazardous waste, and in many cases, individual technician certifications. None of which show up in the glossy equipment catalog, but all of which have to be cleared before your first customer ever pulls into a bay. Most shops also take several years just to reach the point where accumulated net profit finally exceeds what it costs to open the doors in the first place, which means this isn't a business where the startup number is the real test. The real test is what happens every single month after that. Once you're open, here's the detail that determines almost everything about whether this business actually works. Auto repair shops run on two completely different revenue streams with two completely different margins, and most of the public has no idea the gap is this wide. Labor is billed at an average mechanic rate of $120 to $159 an hour nationally, with independent shops landing near a benchmark of $140 an hour. Though that swings hard by state, California shops commonly bill $155 to $200 an hour, while shops in North Carolina or Mississippi can run as low as $85. That labor line carries a gross margin of 50 to 65%, genuinely excellent margin for any small business, and it's the primary reason experienced shop owners obsess over technician efficiency and bay utilization above almost everything else. Parts, the actual components you're installing, carry a gross margin of only 20 to 30%, with a typical markup of 2 to 3 times wholesale cost. Most well-run shops don't just guess at that markup either. They use what's called a parts markup matrix, a table that automatically applies a higher percentage markup to cheaper parts and a lower percentage to expensive ones, since a customer will barely notice an extra $15 on a $40 part, but will absolutely notice the same percentage applied to an $800 transmission component. Combined overall gross margin across a typical shop lands around 50 to 60%. But that blended number is doing a lot of work to hide just how different these two halves of the business actually are. Here's what that looks like on a real repair order. A brake pad replacement billed at $320 with $140 in parts cost and $80 in labor cost, nets $100 in operating income, a 31% margin on that single job. An $80 oil change costing the shop $56 in labor and parts combined nets $24, a 30% margin. Run 20 jobs like that brake job in a month, and that's $2,000 in profit contribution from a single repeatable service alone. The math scales cleanly once you understand it, but almost nobody walking into this business for the first time actually prices a job with labor and parts margin treated as two separate calculations instead of one blended guess. That separation matters most when you calculate what it actually takes to survive each month. A shop carrying $35,000 in fixed costs, rent, insurance, base payroll, utilities, needs a contribution margin, revenue minus the direct cost of each job, of around 60% to break even. Divide $35,000 by that 60% contribution margin, and you need $58,333 in monthly revenue just to cover costs. At an average repair order of $450, that works out to roughly 130 repair orders a month, about 30 a week in a typical 4-week month, before a single dollar becomes actual profit. Every job past that 130th order in a given month goes almost straight to the bottom line, which is exactly why the busiest week of the month is disproportionately more valuable than the slowest one, and why a single, unexpectedly quiet week can erase what looked like a genuinely strong month on paper. Now, here's the number that should genuinely surprise you, because it's the single clearest signal of how much operational discipline actually matters in this business. The industry average net profit margin for auto repair shops is just 6.3%, a genuinely thin number for a business generating well over $1 million in typical annual revenue. But well-run shops routinely clear 15 to 20%, with top performers reaching 20 to 25%. That's a 14-point gap between the average shop and a well-run one, and it's not explained by different customers, different demand, or a better location, since both shops are pulling from the same $89 billion pool of drivers who all need brakes and oil changes eventually. It's explained almost entirely by whether the owner is actually tracking where the money leaks out. One real case study from an 11-location repair group found $1 million a year in preventable losses, missed vendor credits, inconsistent parts discounts, and pricing that quietly drifted below the shop's own markup matrix, purely by switching from manual spreadsheet audits to automated margin tracking. Nobody stole that money. It simply evaporated through inattention, one small pricing inconsistency and one missed credit at a time, across thousands of repair orders a year. So let's run the two scenarios honestly. The optimistic case. You build a genuine parts markup matrix instead of guessing prices job by job. You track labor and parts margin as two separate numbers instead of one blended guess. And you price your labor rate closer to what 65 to 70% gross margin actually requires, roughly $140 an hour, if your loaded technician cost runs $45 an hour. You hit that 130 repair order a month threshold comfortably and keep pushing volume past it, landing in the 15 to 25% net margin range top performers reach. Owner income at that level commonly lands in the $360,000 to $600,000 range once profit distributions are included. On the exact same $1.2 million in revenue an average shop generates, and every additional repair order past your monthly break-even point drops almost straight to that number since your fixed costs are already covered. The realistic case. You open with real demand, real bays, and real customers. But pricing stays a rough guess copied from the shop down the street. Parts discounts and vendor credits slip through unnoticed the way they did at that 11-location group before the audit. And your labor rate sits a little below what your actual overhead requires because you're worried about losing customers to a competitor. You land at or near that 6.3% industry average net margin, and owner income settles into the $60,000 to $120,000 range, a real, legitimate income. But a tiny fraction of what the exact same building, the exact same bays, and the exact same customer base could have produced under tighter margin discipline. You're not failing. You're running a real, demand-backed business exactly the way the average operator in an $89 billion industry runs one, which is precisely the problem. So if you still want to own an auto repair shop, understand exactly what you're buying. It's a genuinely durable business inside an $89 billion industry that isn't going anywhere. But the difference between an average shop and a great one was never about finding better customers or a better location. It's a 14-point margin gap sitting entirely inside your own pricing matrix, waiting to either be tracked carefully or quietly leak away, one job at a time.